He's it's called The Origins of Species by
Nah,
Means of Natural Selection. And that this is what they're really trying to do, folks. Like
check out what they tell you.
mRNA, RNA is part of your DNA. And they're trying so hard. And you know, when you're taking these vaccines, you're letting these people experiment on us. And that's what's giving them the power to figure out this shit. We're actually when we're complying, we're giving them this power to figure out what it is they could do to control us and fuck us up even more. And like I said, like you do your own due diligence. It's the book. It's in his book, and also I don't know if anyone in here heard of Dr. Judy Mikovits. She breaks it down. She breaks it down to how uh, monkeys and mice how they derive some of these cancers and stuff from basically just monkeys and rats. And there's a book called Dr. Mary's Monkey. It was actually recommended by Miss Halt Drippin, and I'm actually reading the book, and it's very telling. And it started in New Orleans, right around the time of the JFK assassination, and he's tied to this shit. And he was trying to expose it, but anyways, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this mRNA, it's a huge human experiment, and do not inoculate yourself.
Yo, who is speaking? Because I can't even find who is speaking.
I think it's
Keisha.
Keisha.
It's Arkeisha.
Oh, okay.
Keisha.
I'm so proud of you.
Sharkeisha, no.
Waukesha.
I don't see Saki on the stage.
She at the
Where you
top.
couldn't hear me?
She at the top.
Yes, we
Make
can
it
hear
drop.
you,
Oh,
sir.
we could hear you. He was just looking down there. I guess she's, I don't know, right next to
Hope this
me.
PTR.
You.
Well,
She's in your row.
Oh,
Hey
okay.
Keisha, this the interpreter. Can I ask you a question? Is it okay?
No, no, thank you.
No, seriously, Keisha, are you there?
Is it a relevant question or is it just something like,
No, it's reference to what you just said. That's it. It's just reference to that. Is it okay?
yeah, sure.
Okay, it's kind of like 1-2 question. So is kind of leading in a sense. I just want to point out something. So I'm thinking like what you said about the RNA and stuff like that. Like and I'm thinking about how, in a sense that our DNA or whatever, we can actually have a particle in a sense, like a substance, like a actual piece of existence. It's a part of us. It's us. We are under attack, right? So what I'm saying is like, the question is like, what does the stuff that you're referring to, that they're attacking on us, like what does that actually connect to that we all have?
You're right, interpreter. mRNA is just an artificial gene material. It's an artificial That's exactly what it is. They're trying to hack us. They want to hack our genome. That's the end goal.
Yeah, but what does that connect to on all of us that we all have?
That's the structure of our DNA. RNA is the structure of our DNA. So they have mRNA, which is our artificial structure.
Right. So that's attaching to our sensory system. Do you hear the language and the labels? It only means that. And that's what they use with all of the products in planning, to attach to our sensory system, because that is the truthful way to communicate, to pay attention to all of your senses. When you do, you become sensible. And I could say that in the most sensible way, and it's not going to make any sense. It's going to be considered nonsense until you process it and make all of this nonsense, all of it around us, make sense just to you, and then you live. That's what's going on out here. We don't have the ability that's necessary because we tell ourselves we don't. Everything we tell ourselves is the truth.
Well, technically, you do have the ability. It's another thing if you're not telling yourself and you're not doing the affirmations to say I know, and this is, I have the capability and I have the power and so on and so forth. But we have the
Right.
ability, definitely. We have the ability of everything. It's just, like I said, things become freaky when you start realizing how you are manifesting in reality and you see things that you're thinking happen. They happening in time. So in this construct called time allows you now to experience experiences in time, and you're thinking it in the past at that time, not knowing that you thought about this. You had a thought process, you had some type of conversation with yourself that now it manifests this, and we call it deja vu, coincidence, all this nonsense. And when you start seeing how this is happening, it's going to freak you the fuck out, because then you're going to start telling yourself, so if I'm doing this, how real is reality? If I'm thinking and I'm seeing it manifest through different people that I'm attracting through what they call the law of attraction. So now this is, now you experience it. It gets freaky, because then you will start knowing, you'll get the information to really understand why they think they could do what they're doing. And then let's see if some people think you're compassionate or cold-hearted. Because that truth makes you seem cold-hearted, and knowing is very compassionate. You will have great compassion to know that everybody has the right to do what they're doing. And you don't
You're
get no
willing to
karma.
just let.
And you don't get no karma for it, as long as you know what you're doing.
Right. That was beautiful, Disco, man. I always like when you say what you say, man, because it be on point every time. No cap. True from you. And it be hitting.
all the time.
I liked
Dave,
what
let
you
me
said
ask you
too,
So,
something.
interpreter.
when,
That was really dope. I'm sorry, go
like,
ahead.
because this also goes into like, oh fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say because I was waiting for him to go on mute. But go ahead, Miriam.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I made sense of the nonsense that you was sensing over there. Like, real
Touche.
talk. I mean, seriously, I thought it was pretty dope, and and then I loved how disco came back, man. This is my type of night in here. It's exactly what I needed. Love y'all.
Yes. Dave, I wanted to ask you about that PTR that you have there with Barack Obama. What does that mean? Talk to me about that. Talk to
honestly,
me about
Trolling.
that.
honestly, I'm just gonna say that someone sent this to me, and I say, man, if this is real, that shit's hilarious. And I just
That is
laugh,
crazy.
because what they could do genetically and been doing genetically and cloning in the sense of like the original, because to me, cloning is just them doing what they did to us. Somebody manifested us, created and say, we're gonna create this type of thing, and sourced it all up to the point that now we're experiencing this shit. And so they're cloning now. Now they're figuring a way in our physical 3D so we can have the experience of what it is to have multiple same bodies. They had this for a long time. So what if because what it says here, in 1923, if there was this Indian chief that was this guy,
I know. I'm like, what in the world?
and then in 2022, he's been cloned to the point that he became President Barack Obama. I'm telling you, this should be wild. And the thing is, even if this is not true, the truth is they can't do this. This is something they've been doing, they're capable of doing, they have the technology to do for a long time. This is how we're here. So it's hysterical. I'm telling you, you start laughing at this shit. You be like, this shit is wild what's happening out here. It is straight wild. So that's why I got
Thank you
that
for
picture.
sharing. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, the wildest story I heard, I'm gonna just share with y'all real quick, and it's from YouTube, is that we have these gigantic tools that craft this world that we live in now, that trapped us in this little circle in a sense, that created the ice wall that circles all of our land called Antarctica. I don't even know where to find that story anymore. But they were showing pictures and shit of real big ass machines. That shit was crazy, like huge. Like I don't even know how to explain it better than that.
You found some machines and you don't know where they at. You got,
No, I seen a
come on,
YouTube
interpreter.
video.
they was breaking it down and explaining in detail, very detailed, how the world was crafted with large machines and why.
You mean like early, like very creation story type back then?
Yeah, like before Jesus and shit. Like it's deep.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. If you come across it, don't forget to shoot it my way.
Isn't that
I
what they
mean,
say they?
it sounds kind of true because it's like nobody goes to Antarctica. Nobody questions a lot of shit or move in strong force ever since what is that? The Abril bird?
Admiral Byrd, yeah, no,
Yes.
Richard
Nobody moved
Richard Byrd.
Waukee. He was the last one that moved Waukee with the forces behind him. And they said, fuck it, we gonna fuck with you and see what you're talking about. They don't do that no more. They don't really care about nobody. Everybody is expendable.
Didn't they say with the Annenberg, the guy, the ones that also figured out like the stuff he actually saw what was made out of black matter? You know, and that's what supposedly say that's what we did or whatever they did. They opened and they put us into the black hole, and that's basically was controlling and that is around this planet, and that certain part of certain sections is the black hole, which is considered also the black matter with some kind of tech in it, and that's what basically is controlling everything because they had these posts and these things which they don't really want to show that they were actually had these equipments that had certain electricity, but what they did was trying to figure out. I think all these people that were here were trying to figure, they knew that the way this planet was and how it was. So they were trying to figure out how they can definitely get out. So that's why there was wars and wars, and that's why they say that they don't want none of the what do you call it? That high technology and certain things, like nukes and all other stuff, because it could actually literally just it's just gonna destroy everything from here to left. So that's what they say. But that's what they say that controls this planet. Part of whatever is that everything has that black matter in it, and that black matter is alive.
Oh boy.
The best theory I heard, and this is against the flat Earth stuff, because I think what
Hey, Sean.
I forget. What's up, man? How you doing? I think what the person who talked about the ice wall was saying, and I want to double check this, because if you're talking about an ice wall surrounding the Earth, that means the Earth has to be flat. So we're getting some flatter stuff, right?
Yeah, but I'm not even mentioning those words.
Yeah, I know. I kind of figured them out, but the I can't follow you down that hole. But I can do is we can talk about there's a hole in Antarctica, right? And the Nazis have some kind of underground base over there. That makes sense, right?
So we can talk
Do you have
about
any news on that?
down and in, but not
Yeah, it's
up
part
and
of the
out.
same storyline. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I be
We can talk
speaking about
down and in, but
storylines a lot.
not up and out. Like you can't talk about one without the other.
Well, you can. You can definitely talk about there being a hole in the Earth and not talk about the Earth being flat.
No, I'm talking about dimension wise. If something goes down and in, then you have to think that something comes up and out eventually somewhere, right?
You mean inside or outside the Earth?
I'm saying as above, so below. So if something can go down and in, that
Hmm.
means something can come up and out.
Yeah, that's generally how holes work.
I'm not talking about a hole. I'm talking about the ice wall. If something can go down into the earth, can something come up and out of the earth?
I think
Well,
it's
yeah, but not because there's a
It's
wall,
just a
because there's a
simple
hole.
question. It's just a simple question. I'm not getting that deep.
Yes, because
Simple.
technically there's stuff that live on the outside, and there would technically be stuff that lives on the inside, and that's why
Right.
I say that there's the whole Earth is hollow. That's why I say that, because when you start thinking about geometry and like sacred geometry and mathematics and all of that, why wouldn't the creator want to create things on as much surface area as possible? If you think about a sphere, if they create on the outside of the sphere and the inside of the sphere, that's more surface area for them to do stuff. And
Yeah.
plus, if you can go on the inside, and then you could avoid all those hurricanes and natural disasters, all
Right.
that stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't think we have to posit flat Earth as being a prerequisite for that discussion. So having an ice wall around the
I'm not a
Earth
flat
means that.
earther.
No, I know you're
Hold
not,
on,
but
hold on,
I'm
hold on,
talking
hold
to
on, hold on,
Sensei because, like, I
hold
agree
on.
with her, like in her question, but like in order to answer her directly, I have to accept one of her premises, which is a flat Earth, and I can't accept that. That's why I could just
I'm
answer
not
yes
trying
or
to
no.
accept anything. I
Hold on.
believe we're on an infinite plane. I don't believe in the flat Earth theory.
But a plane
Hold
is
on,
flat.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Please don't
Bro,
take us
just let people
away
talk. You
from
don't
the
have to say hold on,
flat
hold on, hold
earth.
on. Let wait for a break, and then when there's a break, then you can go. Like there's people talking.
I know. I started the flat Earth thing while I
Okay,
was
but
on
one
Star
second
Tech.
though. Like who was that dude that was talking?
I think it was Sean from the.
Who, me?
Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
I was finished.
All right,
I
so
think Sensei can answer it, or Disco Dave, whatever you guys.
no, not me. It's Sensei because I think he was building with her, and then I know interpreter wants to say something.
I
No, he
just
was just
wanted to
talking about a
say
comment
this.
I made in the back chat because someone referenced the ice wall, and I said, well, if the North Pole and South Pole mirror the ice, is that really a far concept? And then he came on stage and started talking.
Right, and I said it's not the fact that it's ice is not a far concept, not a far fetched concept, but the fact that it's a wall that surrounds the Earth is far fetched because you can't surround a sphere.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to go that deep. That's why I just said the story the way I did because I can't even remember it. But I was gonna ask the room: do anybody remember Alien versus Predators and how they fought in the ice snow?
I didn't see it. No, how do they
Yeah,
fight?
I seen that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a weird movie when I seen it too, and I it kind of scared me in a sense. It was weird. It was really weird. It was more to it too, and it's so much in that movie with the scientists and shit. Like it was weird. It was really weird. I think I gotta watch it.
Hey, Disco, I have a quick, simple question. Is my head round?
Who asked that?
It's Sensei. Is my head round?
Is your head round?
Yeah, is my head round?
Let's see.
Gotta
It
put an
does
You going
have
by your
iPhone
in this
picture?
around that
picture. It
first.
does have some roundness to it,
Got some
like.
rounds too. Now, do I have something growing up and out of my round head?
You
I
mean is
mean,
your head three-dimensional? Is what you're saying?
Yeah. What about it? I don't hear you.
Yes, Sensei. What about it?
does that mean that things can grow up and out spherical? On can things grow up and out on spherical things?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yes.
right.
I
okay.
think it's
I'll
all
just
possible.
asking. I'll
Yeah.
just, I'll
But
just,
those
I was
things aren't
asking
walls.
Disco. I'll just asking Disco for observation purposes. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm just saying because we're talking about things that can't happen, and I literally can look in the mirror and see the things that you're telling me can't happen. It's weird.
You know, and that's part
I
of
mean, I'm
that's
just, I'm
been
just,
that's
I'm
been
just
part
putting
of the
it. I'm putting it in
programming.
simplistic
It
form because some people be so deep that they miss the simplicity in them saying that something doesn't exist. So you can't tell me that things don't grow up and out of round things when I literally have an afro on my round head,
right, but
literally.
the Sensei, you must say. I think you're oversimplifying. It's like
No,
how do
but
you put
that's
a
the
wall
point.
around the
Sometimes we have
entire
to keep,
Earth?
Finish real
but
quick.
sometimes we have to keep things simple to help understand the grand. Sometimes you have to understand the micro to understand the macro and how it operates. And when we say
Hmm.
certain things like cannot exist or does not exist, and I see things that exist in that manner, then of course I'm gonna push back.
Right, but what you're describing is not a wall around a sphere.
Well,
I'm pretty much
definitely.
describing a wall around a sphere. I mean, that's your interpretation of it. It's semantics, but I was putting in perspective overall that you said nothing can grow up and out of something that's spherical and wrap around it, but I look in the mirror and see it every day. So you
Right, but
can't
I
tell me
didn't
that
say
that
that.
And
does
she
not
also said
exist.
she wasn't a flat earther,
Right,
so she couldn't be
except
saying what
Sensei,
you
I
said
didn't
she
say
was
any of
saying.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a flat earther or a round earther. I'm just someone that exists and observes, and I just observe things in a certain manner, and then people
Hmm.
tell me they don't exist, and I'm like, well, I know what I see, so how can you
Right.
tell me it's not real?
Well, when did you
And
observe
then
me
how could I
saying that
not
things
apply
can't
that
grow out
same
of a sphere?
concept in other layers of reality?
Hmm. Right. When did you observe me saying that nothing can grow up out of a sphere like that?
When we mentioned the ice wall, you said it can't grow up and out because it's a sphere.
I didn't say that. You
So
observed
what's
this
what's the
incorrectly.
exact words that you used? I mean, I
So
was
you can't
paraphrasing. What
you
was the
can't
exact?
surround a sphere with an ice wall.
Okay, you can't surround a sphere with an ice wall. So you're just saying that something can't grow. So water cannot grow up and out of the earth, is what you're saying.
I think
I'm
he's kind of saying like it wouldn't. So like a
I know
diced
what he's
sphere of
saying, but
Earth.
see, I'm
I think
I'm
he was.
keeping
I
stuff
think he's saying that we
simple.
wouldn't have like an ice. We wouldn't. It wouldn't be like an ice
Have
piece
you have you
floating
ever
around.
seen Ice Age, the movie? Ice Age?
the cartoon.
Was the squirrel not running from a large wall of ice at one point in time in the movie?
Yes. He was.
Okay, so can we not assume that if something is taller than a human body
Mhm.
and raises up really high like a mountain and is made out of ice, that we can describe that as a wall? That's what I'm saying. Like people be
I
trying to
think
be
you're
so
going.
deep, and we be seeing
Yeah,
this shit in real time. Like it's crazy.
Sensei. I think you're going too simple for me. I'm sorry.
Well, that's the point. Y'all be so deep that you can't keep it simple. That's the problem. Like if like you can't understand complexities without understanding simplicities. You can't get to E equals MC squared without understanding that 2 plus 2 is 4. Like y'all be forgetting the small steps that lead to this thing that we're building upon. Like that's how we get to the answers, is remembering the simplicity in what we're looking for.
You know what? I'm gonna leave it there. We're just gonna let you have this one.
You
And,
you you
That's
can't
nice.
let me
Please go
have
ahead.
anything. I'm having a dialogue. Like you can't let me have something. Like I'm literally having a dialogue about someone's perception, right? You're telling me something that is not and does not, and I'm telling you what I see it in a different way in real time.
Sean, do you want to try to explain it to her? Because I think you're getting so from an observe like just objective point of view, I kind of feel like it's semantics because I don't know. I don't see you guys too far apart from your points. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But I say we just try one more time.
I want to say this. Being
Go
that we
ahead.
were talking about, um, the weirdest shit, just to, pivot for somewhere else, and let's just go to another conversation. You know, what was I going to say at that point to pivot? Well, I'm going to get back to you, folks.
Yeah, no, Miriam, I'm fine moving on to the next topic. I think that this is
Okay,
probably
you reminded me.
too much
Hold on.
energy
So yeah,
expounded
look,
on a
listen. The
small detail
weirdest thing.
anyway.
Okay, so this is the weirdest thing I ever heard. I seen a video of a known um, super soldier. He was supposedly this known super soldier. I even put it on my Instagram, and he said that he's been to Jupiter with other super soldiers, to Jupiter, right? And that they were fighting these rock people that look very identical to the rock thing, the thing called Thing in Fantastic Four. And he also said that in order to destroy or to kill or whatever it is in Jupiter that they consider being attacked, because our government just don't, they're not just fucking with this realm, they will be fucking with Jupiter realm too. And it takes 3 to 4, I think he said 3 to 4 super soldiers to hit the rock thing with lasers in order to destroy it. And I'm thinking like, damn, so we can't go back to the moon because we lost the calculations to go back to the moon. And they're saying we colonizing Mars. Can't go back to the moon, and now we even went further and we colonizing Mars. They showing pictures of fake doors, alien doors that they saw over there, and we